Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are unpacking a warning that's shaking the core of South Africa's foreign policy debate. Political analyst Sandile Swana has accused the United Kingdom of being a puppet of the United States, and more than that, he's warning that ANC and EFF leaders could soon face direct Western sanctions for their foreign policy choices. It's a major claim, with huge implications for South Africa's political elite, its sovereignty, and its place in global affairs. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more in-depth political commentary, and share your thoughts in the comments section. Now let's dive into the heart of this controversy. Sandile Swana is a well-known South African political analyst, often unafraid to speak truth to power. In his latest warning, he paints a bleak picture of the consequences South Africa could face for siding so publicly with anti-Western powers like Russia and Palestine. According to Swana, the UK no longer acts with independent foreign policy but simply follows the geopolitical instructions of the United States. In his words, Britain has become a satellite of American interests. And when Washington decides to use sanctions as a political weapon, London rarely hesitates to join in. This might sound extreme, but history supports Swana's argument. Over the past 2 decades, we've seen the US and UK impose sanctions on political leaders in Zimbabwe, Russia, Venezuela, and Iran. These sanctions often target individuals, freezing their overseas bank accounts, banning travel, and crippling their financial mobility abroad. The message is clear: if you oppose Western interests, there may be a personal price to pay. Now, Swana fears that South African politicians, particularly those in the ANC and EFF, may be next in line. Let's look at why. In recent years, South Africa has become increasingly outspoken in its support for nations opposing Western dominance. During the BRICS summit, the country went out of its way to accommodate Vladimir Putin despite the International Criminal Court's warrant for his arrest. That moment alone triggered significant backlash from Western capitals. Then came the Gaza conflict. South Africa didn't just issue statements, it went further by condemning Israel at international forums and even referred the matter to the International Court of Justice. Foreign Minister Naledi Pandor has positioned South Africa as one of the strongest pro-Palestinian voices globally, calling Israel's actions genocidal and likening them to apartheid. These actions earn South Africa praise from the global South, but deepen tensions with the US, UK, and their allies. Add to that the EFF's loud anti-Western rhetoric. Julius Malema regularly lambasts what he calls Western imperialism and calls for Africa to sever ties with neo-colonial forces. At recent rallies, Malema and his party have waved Palestinian flags, praised Vladimir Putin, and condemned NATO. These may be ideological positions, but they are also political provocations on the global stage. According to Swana, this kind of posture is not without risk. He argues that the US and UK won't sanction the whole of South Africa just yet, but they may begin targeting individual leaders. It starts with freezing foreign assets, blocking visas, and blacklisting individuals from Western banks. For politicians used to traveling the globe or keeping wealth abroad, this can be devastating. And it's not just about symbolic politics, there are real economic consequences. South Africa remains tightly integrated into global markets. Its banking system, currency stability, and trade are all linked to international institutions dominated by the West. While BRICS is seen as a rising alternative, the reality is that the dollar and the euro still dominate global finance. Getting cut off from those systems would hit South Africa hard, especially at a time when the economy is struggling with load shedding, high unemployment, and stagnant growth. What's even more concerning is the potential disconnect between political ideals and economic survival. Leaders may believe they are championing justice by siding with Palestine and Russia, but Swana warns that their ideological commitments must be weighed against national interests. Russia and China might provide diplomatic support, but they're unlikely to bail South Africa out if Western sanctions begin to bite. There's also the issue of transparency. Are South African leaders warning the public about the real risks of their foreign policy choices? What contingency plans are in place if key ministers or party officials are sanctioned? Will the economy suffer if investor confidence falls over geopolitical alignment? And let's not forget, the ordinary South African might bear the consequences. If sanctions spark currency volatility or impact trade relationships, it won't be political elites who feel the squeeze first, it'll be the working class, who are already battling high inflation, low wages, and broken public services. Swana also raises questions about leadership maturity. Are our foreign policy choices being driven by long-term strategy or short-term political theater? While it's noble to support oppressed nations and criticize injustice, South Africa must ask, at what cost? Is the government prepared for the backlash, or is it blindly walking into a trap laid by global superpowers? The broader picture is this: the global world order is shifting. There is a growing divide between Western powers and emerging alliances like BRICS. South Africa is trying to navigate this complicated terrain while maintaining its moral stance and diplomatic relationships. But walking this tightrope requires skill, honesty, and serious strategic planning. In closing, Swana's warning shouldn't be dismissed as alarmist. It's a sober analysis of where things might be headed if the ANC and EFF continue to align themselves with global actors in open conflict with the West. Sanctions don't always come with warning shots, and when they hit hard. So what's next for South Africa's foreign policy? Will the country double down on its anti-Western stance? Or will it reconsider its path to avoid becoming collateral damage in a much larger geopolitical war? Let us know what you think in the comments. Should South African leaders stick to their moral compass even if it means personal sanctions? Or should diplomacy be more pragmatic in a world of shifting allegiances? Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a breakdown of South Africa's evolving political landscape. See you next time.